Didn't see that, so I'm gonna cut that end off and make it tighter. Welcome back to another video on the 73 Venture. As the thumbnail shows, we are installing a GFB, top of my head here, 3 right there, GFB 3. I did buy it used off a guy who blew up his motor, so he's like, I don't need it anymore. So I'm sure it works. He's a straight up dude, but we're gonna find out. So GFB 3, we got the max switch already in there. I got the hosing I needed right here. And then I have another car port here, or a vacuum port, so I can, plug in our gauge into there. I need another nipple. This is a Lot C push button, because we're going to install a push button to be able to add a scramble button for more boosty. I got 12 pound springs in there. There's 3 of them. So right now we're running just 12 pounds of wastegate, but we can, double that if you want. We're not going to, but. And this is gonna be I just bought some cable that is a stretch cable. It's race red, so it'll be fast. Cut the ends off. All you need is 2 wires of that to make this work. So yeah, let's jump into it. So first of all, we gotta find out where the Mac valve's gonna sit. Obviously, it's got to fit in between the my turbo and the wastegate. We need pipe tubing, but we also have to make sure that wherever we put it, we have enough cable to get inside with our GFB handheld here. It's not really a handheld, it kind of is. I don't know, you're gonna stick it to the dash, obviously, but I'm gonna pull this out, see how much cable we have, and see where it takes us, feed it through the firewall over there, and hopefully we got enough to, put the Mac valve here or even over here. I have enough hose that I could probably put it, over here if need be. Obviously, there's always a hood on this car. Lately, I haven't been running one just because it looks cool, showing off powder coat and keeps it cool. This car likes to run a little hot. So anyway, I'm rambling. So let me get that through, and we'll see how much wire we have. It's not a hard connection. All it needs is 12 remote, which I already have wired in the dash. It's got to connect it. The button for your scramble button, a vacuum line right from your port, so it knows how much vacuum or boost there is, and the plug-in to plug into the Mac valve, which is in there. And then the Mac valve has an in and out. I mean, it's pretty simple, but yeah, I'll bring you back. So I got a screwdriver, as you can see there, through the grommet where we're going through. I'm going to tape. Where is it? This end to the end of the screwdriver. Pull it through. And Bob's your uncle. Let me just go ahead and do that now. So I changed up my technique to a fish line they call it. Ended up taping the power wire and the vacuum line to it. So hopefully it just squeezes right through that hole. She gonna be tight, but there's room. It's just that plug's a little bigger, right? So if that can go through, we know we got all the room. That is pretty big, but we'll see what happens here. There you have it, one at a time, ditter. Let me finish putting it through the cab. We'll hook up what's inside and we'll come back out. So this is the wiring for it. I've already hooked up the vacuum line. So yellow wire goes to a wideband. It can connect to like an AFR wideband. And if it sees too lean, it'll turn boost down. Great feature, I'm not using that. So no more. Blue would go to the button, other side of the button to ground, red to the 12 volt switch power, and the black to ground. It's that simple. So let me just get those 2 wires hooked up essentially. Well, 3 because the ground. Then we'll come back out here. We'll see how much slack we have for where that Mac valve goes. So we had lots of wire to get up in this corner and then some. I got some slack here. So you're gonna go from turbo to bottom of wastegate, throw a T in. That T goes into port 1. Port 2 goes all the way to the top of your wastegate there. So now we got that. Next, because I forgot, we got to pull one of these plugs out, put a nipple in so we can put on our boost gauge rubber line. I'm hoping it squeezes onto that because that's the fitting I have. So we'll get that on, we'll get that boost, and then we'll try to figure out this button. Hopefully it mounts to the steering wheel. If not, we don't need it right now. but we'll have to go out and do some test runs and get the boost level set up. We're using the instructions. It's kind of confusing, kind of not. So it's got 6 presets plus a scramble preset, so you can have 6 different boost levels with ramping and then a scramble, and you can change it all with a button or use the button for scramble. So it's a lot, but we'll take that for what it is. But let me just get that line hooked up. So I think I'll do the button on a later date, just because I got these 2 washers to use, because obviously this hole's way too big for the button, but I gotta buff them up, drill them out a bit bigger, so they look better, and obviously drill them so they even fit. But we don't need it for what we're gonna do, which is setting up the controller there. So we'll go do that. Let me clean up my mess. We'll hit these streets. Okay, we in the car now. So the first thing I gotta do is make sure this thing reads 0. Just turn the key to run, do not start. It'll pop up with a number after that. Yeah, we're at 0, so we don't have to worry about zeroing it. After that, you just start it and go out there and calibrate your number 1, whatever preset you want to use. So let me get out to Mexico. I have meta glasses now too, so you can actually watch me drive with my point of view. Well, messing with the back of the intake, my map sensor either unplugged or something, but she wouldn't idle. She's super wide, super stinky, like rich. So, and we got a map low, so I'm gonna go see what that was. So it looks to be unplugged a little bit. You can see the orange in it right down there. Let's see if I can push it on. It's not a, if you watch my video on this one, it's really not meant for this intake. I had to grind it to fit. So at least we know what the problem is if it ever pops up again. So we'll clear it. The wideband one's a non-issue. Because I'm only using the 1 wideband. We'll turn that back on. See if it starts better now. Yeah, I'd say we're good. Yep, we're good. Super rich. So to see we get the pounds, you just press it once, I guess. That's duty. We want to keep going. Overboost 13.9. We want to raise that to, because I want to set this at 16, so we'll go 18. Okay. Peak on. Display units is next. Display, we want PSI, and then you press settings. And what's that? Input 1, input 2, and that's all we can do. Button colors, I guess. So duty cycle is what's going to tell you the boost level. We're going to go down to like 40 just to see. Gain is, you don't want that way up there. We'll go down to like 70. Sensitivity, I can't remember. We'll have to, I think you can leave that one. So that says minus 11, that says minus 10.6. I don't know, we'll hold it there. Don't know who that guy was. Let's see what our max boost is here. We hit boost cut, so we got to turn that gain right down. We blew a boost tube, and I don't have a proper screwdriver. Well, I think I do, so we'll pull over up here. So going to do a pull, and I overboosted, but I feel like a boost boot let go here. And we got to find out which one it was. So far they're all on. but it's building no boost. That's got to be the bottom one. Yeah, there it is. And all I have is this multi-tool, so let's see what I can do. If not, we're not that far from home and we can limp her back home and fix it. So we got her on. She's a tight fit, but I don't know if I'll be able to get this much tighter. I should have brought some sockets and stuff with me, but I didn't think I'd be boosting that high, and this hasn't fallen off before, so we'll see what we can do. I feel like we're gonna have to limp her home anyway and get a proper wrench on this, because this ain't gonna cut her. It's gonna take forever. And this one's the standard because it's a cheap one. So we'll see how tight we get her. Went as tight as I could with my snap-on Leatherman, so let's see if it'll hold. Okay, let's see what we do now, if it holds or not. Woo! That hit 17.7. We got to bring that down, and we're on duty 10, so we got to bring that down. Let me just pull over here. So we got to change the gain sensitivity. No, we got to go this way. Duty. Well, we can't. So the problem is we're running 14-pound springs, so we'd have to go down on the spring level to make sure we're safer. But I think we'll leave it at 10 at the peak. And then gain is, let's see, gain is controls how fast the boost rises. So I think we're okay there. Yeah. So we did a poll. We hit like 17 something. It's on the glasses, but so I think the problem is we got to take one of those springs out, because I don't want to be higher than 16. So if I put like a 8-pound spring in there, that's double the spring. It's more realistic. Or buy a single 10-pound spring and use that, because I don't want to go higher than that with this. I've hit 24, but not, you know, for a quick second. But we can try that again. So now I'm just messing with the peak, or the gain, sorry, which is how long it takes. So I don't know. We'll do another pull, I guess. So first things first is we'll tighten this up. Let me see. I grabbed the wrong one. This is our catch can, but I don't know. It's not perfect. I just got a broken piston around it. No weird noises, so what I was saying there, because car's so loud, I got to get a catch can system that actually, I got to get like a piece of 4-inch piping with a nipple on it and tie off of that, because, you know, it does look bad. But that's gapped rings for you, and probably a bit of a hurt motor seeing 20 pounds of boost here and there. Oh, that's why we were over boosting. Didn't see that, so I'm going to cut that end off and make it tighter. Hopefully that was what the problem was. In that case, we'll leave her. I don't know. It's still, thing is, if I put 8 pounds, it's only 3 springs. It's a 5. No, I have to take a look actually. All I know is 3 equal 12. So 7, 8, 9. So is a 7, or is it a 5? There's a 3 in there. I think it's a 5, a 3. Or is it a 753? It might be a 753. So maybe, no, that's not right either. I gotta figure it out. I don't know. 12 pounds with all 3s is what it's supposed to be. But because I only want to hit about 16, 17 max, but maybe now that didn't blow off, that's connected, will be okay, because that's in, right? That's gonna figure all that out. So yeah. Anyway. That's a quick video on how installing one of those. Obviously, there's a lot to it to get them set up, to make sure you're safe. It takes a lot of testing, and highway in this busy time right now is not the best place for it. Mexico. Find yourself a track or something. But anyway, hopefully you learned what not to do and learned what to do, which is pretty straight explanatory. But hopefully the glasses got some couple good pulls for you guys. I can't remember if I hit record or not, so I guess you'll know when I edit the video. Anyway, next will be, I guess all I have to do now is install that button, which you don't need, but that's just a because I have it, and tested it some more and maybe take a spring out at this point. Catch you in the next one.